use them for completely prepared meals for a given day. So this is my meal kit. In here we find 1 glass of salad, we find 2 times the protein eggs, second one. We find one additional thing. In this case, it's cottage cheese. The other option would be to have tuna, about 195 grams. And then we have 3 times a scoop. A scoop is about 30 to 35 grams, depending on whether it's whey or vegan protein powder of protein powder. This is kind of the sweet treat. You can add water to this and turn this into kind of ice if you then put it into in the freezer. You can also have this kind of as a pudding. You can also just make cookies out of this because there is actually some sweet part of it in there. I do not have a proper box yet, but for now I just put it in here to have all the meals kind of inside and then to kind of know how much I can eat in a given day. And also I think it's nice in terms of the volume. So each glass is about 700 milliliters or 0.7 liters, and it's these 5 glasses plus an additional thing. So you can also put this not ideally, but you could also put this into a glass, obviously. Now, the salad obviously cannot last that long. I think maybe 1 or 2 days if you don't put in the dressing yet. Now, for these meals, I put them in the freezer. So usually they are not in here. I just made it for the video. What I then can do is I put them obviously without the lid, but just with one hand into the microwave. This is what the protein eggs look like. The recipe is 5 eggs, spices, vinegar, 125 grams of these soup vegetables with all these different kinds of vegetables, and 2 scoops of the bulk vegan protein powder I have. Of course, you can also use another protein powder or also whey powder. This turns the macronutrient distribution or ratio from the protein eggs from the normal eggs into something that is more higher in protein. That's what I'm trying to say. If I then put it in here, it takes about 5 minutes for the whole thing to defreeze. I usually put in a little bit of water because otherwise it gets a little bit dry. Or I use sauerkraut. Since sauerkraut doesn't have that many calories, so I just put in a little bit of sauerkraut with the sauce. I usually begin eating at lunch, so I usually have one of these at lunch. Now the nice thing is I can 1 time a week buy all the ingredients, and then I recently got this freezer unit, which cost me 35 euros of basically a used portal on the internet. And so I have prepared the sweet protein. I call this sweet protein. I have prepared the protein eggs, and one of these layers fills 56 glasses. No, 16 glasses. I can fit 56 in total of these glasses into this freezer. Now, since these are sauerkraut glasses here, I do have all of these from sauerkraut, and these are the old glasses I had. Down here I have kind of the variable food. So this is meant kind of the thing that is a little bit alternating. So I have tuna, as I said already, and I also usually have cottage cheese in here. And I also have some chicken. In total, it's about 2.5 thousand calories, and one of these has 700 calories. The salad, if you don't put oil in it, has about 50 calories, and each of these has 400 to 500 calories. I do have different flavors, and I usually take 5 tablespoons of protein powder for this, and then of the unflavored one, and then I put in 1 tablespoon of flavored, or 2 tablespoons of flavored one.